Hey Aries, I just sat down with my deck and oh my goodness, the energy coming through for you right now is absolutely fascinating. I have been doing readings for years and sometimes you get those spreads where everything just clicks into place and tells such a clear story, and this is one of those moments. So grab your coffee or whatever you are drinking right now, because what I am about to share with you is going to shift some things in your perspective. I need to start by saying that this reading came through with such clarity about wealth and abundance, but not in the way most people talk about it. We are so conditioned to think that money has to arrive with fireworks and announcements and that big dramatic moment where everything changes overnight. But what the cards are showing me for you, Aries, is completely different. And honestly, so much more powerful than that fantasy version we have been sold. Let me pull the first card for you, and I am already getting chills because this energy is so strong. The sun just appeared in my spread, and Aries, when I tell you that this card in this position at this time is significant, I mean it with every fiber of my being. The sun is not just about happiness or success in some vague distant future sense. This is about illumination that is happening right now in your life, whether you are fully aware of it or not. Here is what I am seeing with the sun for you. There is this beautiful energy of things becoming visible that were hidden before. You know how sometimes you can be in a dark room and your eyes adjust and you think you can see everything, but then someone turns on the light and suddenly you realize there was so much more there than you thought. That is the energy here. You have been operating with partial information about your own potential and your own worth, and the sun is saying that this is changing. The wealth aspect here is fascinating because the sun is not typically the first card people associate with money, but stay with me. This card is telling me that you are about to see opportunities that were literally always there, but you could not perceive them before. It is like when you learn a new word and then suddenly you see it everywhere. The opportunities did not just appear, your awareness shifted. And for you, Aries, this shift in awareness is going to feel so natural that you might not even realize it is happening until you look back in a few months and go, wow, everything is different. Now, I am also getting with the sun that there is something about your authentic self that is the key to this wealth arrival. You have probably been taught that you need to be more strategic or more calculated or more like someone else to succeed financially. But the sun is literally shouting at me that the opposite is true for you. The more you lean into what makes you uniquely you, the more this quiet wealth is going to flow. It is almost like the universe has been waiting for you to stop trying so hard to fit into someone else's blueprint. There is also this energy around children or creative projects with the sun. You have been sitting on an idea or a creative venture, thinking it is too simple or too obvious or too, just too something. This card is telling me that is exactly what needs to come forward. Sometimes the most profitable things are the ones that feel easy and natural to us because we are in our element. You might have been dismissing something as too simple when actually that simplicity is its power. Now I am pulling the second card, and okay, this is wild. Ace of Wands just came through, and Aries, I need you to understand that when you get an ace in a reading about wealth, this is huge. Aces are about new beginnings and pure potential, and the Wand suit is all about passion and initiative and taking action. But here's what is making me so excited about this particular card in your reading. The Ace of Wands is telling me that you are about to be handed an opportunity or an idea that is going to feel like a lightning bolt moment. But, and this is crucial, it is not going to come in some obvious wrapped up package. It might be a casual conversation. It might be something you overhear. It might be a random thought you have at 3 in the morning. The universe is not always theatrical about delivering massive opportunities. And this is one of those times where you need to be paying attention to the subtle hits. I am also seeing with the Ace of Wands that there is something you have been passionate about for a while, maybe even years, that you have been treating as a hobby or a side interest. This card is suggesting that there is legitimate financial potential there that you have not fully explored. And the reason you have not explored it is probably because it feels too fun or too easy or like something that could not possibly be a real source of income. That limiting belief is what is about to shatter. What I love about the Ace of Wands is that it represents pure creative fire, and for you as an Aries, this is like fuel for your soul. When you are working on something that genuinely excites you, the energy you bring to it is magnetic. People can feel that authentic enthusiasm, and it draws opportunities to you in ways that force or strategy never could. So this card is really encouraging you to follow what lights you up, because that is literally your wealth compass right now. There is also something here about speed and timing. Wands energy moves fast, and the Ace is the beginning of that cycle. So once you recognize this opportunity or idea, I am seeing that things are going to progress more quickly than you expect. You might have this belief that building something financially stable takes years and years of grinding, and while sometimes that is true, this particular path for you has an accelerated timeline. Not because it is a shortcut, but because you are finally aligned with something that flows naturally for you. Third card coming through, and I actually gasped a little when I turned this over. 10 of Wands appeared, and I know that might sound heavy because the 10 of Wands usually represents burden and overwhelm, right? But in the context of wealth thriving silently, this card is showing me something really important that you need to understand. The 10 of Wands here is telling me that you have been carrying so much. And I do not just mean logistical stuff, although that might be true too. I am talking about mental and emotional weight, beliefs about what you should be doing, expectations from family or society, the pressure to have everything figured out by a certain age, the weight of past financial stress or mistakes. You have been hauling all of this around like it is your responsibility to carry it forever. But here is the secret the 10 of Wands is revealing. That burden is about to be set down, and when it is, the space it leaves is going to be filled with something so much lighter and yet so much more valuable. You know how when you are carrying something heavy for a long time, you do not even realize how much tension you are holding in your body until you finally put it down. That is what is about to happen for you financially and energetically. I am seeing that part of wealth thriving silently for you is going to be about things becoming easier, not harder. We have been so conditioned to believe that if it is not hard, we are not doing it right. But the 10 of Wands is showing me that you are graduating out of that paradigm. The opportunities coming your way are going to feel surprisingly simple, and your first instinct might be to distrust that simplicity. Do not. The fact that it feels easy is a sign you are on the right track, not the wrong one. There is also something here about delegation or letting go of control. If you have been trying to do everything yourself because you think that is what hustle culture requires, this card is giving you permission to release that. The wealth that is coming is not going to arrive because you worked yourself into the ground. It is going to arrive because you finally allowed yourself to work smarter and to accept help and to trust that you do not have to do it all alone. Fourth card, and oh, this is interesting. 2 of Pentacles just showed up, and okay, Aries, this is where things get really practical and specific. The 2 of Pentacles is all about balance and juggling and managing multiple things at once. In a reading about wealth thriving silently, this is showing me that you might actually have multiple income streams starting to develop simultaneously. Here is what I am picking up. You might have been putting all your eggs in one basket financially, whether that is a job or a business or a particular strategy. But the 2 of Pentacles is telling me that diversification is your friend right now, and it is happening more organically than you realize. You might have a side thing that is starting to generate a little income. You might have an investment or a savings plan that is quietly growing. You might have a skill that people are starting to come to you for. The beautiful thing about the 2 of Pentacles is that it is showing me you have the capacity to handle this juggling act. Sometimes we avoid multiple projects or income sources because we think it will be too much, but you are entering a phase where you can actually manage the dance of balancing different things. And that balance is part of what is going to create financial stability for you because you are not dependent on just one source. I am also getting with this card that there might be some fluctuation in the near term. Like one month might be better than another, or one income stream might be strong while another is quiet. The 2 of Pentacles is asking you to stay flexible and not to panic when there is movement. That ebb and flow is natural, and it does not mean anything is wrong. In fact, it is a sign that you are in the process of finding a new equilibrium. There is something here too about adaptability being one of your greatest assets. Aries, you are a cardinal fire sign, which means you are actually really good at initiating and pivoting when you need to. The 2 of Pentacles is reminding you that this flexibility is going to serve you incredibly well financially. The people who thrive in changing times are the ones who can adjust quickly, and that is absolutely you. 5th card is here, and wow, okay. Strength just came through, and this card is making me emotional because of what it represents for you right now. Strength is not about force or aggression or pushing through. It is about inner resilience and quiet power and the ability to stay grounded even when things are uncertain. What I am seeing with strength in your reading is that you have been building this incredible foundation of self-trust without even fully realizing it. Every time you have chosen yourself, every time you have walked away from something that was not right even when it was scary, every time you have kept going when it would have been easier to give up, all of that has been creating this deep well of strength inside you, and that strength is about to become a massive asset. In terms of wealth thriving silently, here's what strength is showing me. You are going to find that you have more courage to take calculated risks than you thought you did. There might be an opportunity that requires you to bet on yourself in some way, and in the past that might have felt terrifying, but now you are going to feel this quiet confidence that you can handle whatever comes. That shift from fear to trust is what is going to allow the wealth to actually land. Strength is also about patience, and I think this is so important for you to hear. We live in such an instant gratification culture, and especially with money, there is this pressure to see results immediately. But real lasting wealth, the kind that actually changes your life, often builds gradually and quietly. This card is asking you to trust the process even when you cannot see massive external changes every single day. The roots are growing even when you cannot see them above ground yet. There is also an element here of taming or working with your impulses rather than against them. As in Aries, you have natural fire and drive, and sometimes that can lead to impulsive decisions, especially around money. Strength is not asking you to suppress that fire but to channel it wisely. It is the difference between explosive action and sustained powerful movement. Both have their place, but right now sustained movement is what is going to create the results you want. Pulling the 6th card now, and this is fascinating because the Emperor just appeared. The Emperor is actually your card, Aries, because it is ruled by your sign, and seeing it show up in your wealth reading is incredibly significant. This is telling me that you are stepping into a new level of authority and structure in your financial life. Here is what the Emperor is revealing. You have probably had a somewhat chaotic relationship with money in the past. Maybe spending impulsively, or not really having systems in place, or just kind of winging it and hoping it works out. But the Emperor is showing me that you are ready to bring order and structure to your finances without it feeling restrictive or boring. The key with the Emperor is that it is about leadership and taking charge, and for you this means becoming the CEO of your own financial life. This might look like finally creating that budget you have been avoiding, or setting up automatic savings or investments, or getting clear on your numbers and really understanding where your money is going. These things might not sound exciting, but the Emperor is telling me that implementing these structures is going to give you a sense of power and control that actually feels really good. What I love about the Emperor showing up in a reading about wealth arriving silently is that it is reminding you that you are the authority in your own life. You do not need permission from anyone else to make decisions about your money or your career or your path. You have been giving your power away by waiting for someone else to tell you what to do or to validate your choices. The Emperor is saying stop waiting and start leading. There is also something here about masculine energy, and I do not mean that in a gendered way. I mean the energy of action and structure and follow through. If you have been very in your feminine receiving energy, which is beautiful and needed, you might be getting a nudge to balance that with some Emperor energy. Taking practical steps, following through on commitments to yourself, being disciplined not in a punishing way but in a self-loving way. 7th card coming in, and okay, I am seeing Temperance, and this is such a healing card to appear in your reading. Temperance is all about balance and moderation, and the middle path, and after the Emperor. This makes so much sense because it is showing you how to implement structure without becoming rigid. What Temperance is telling me about wealth arriving silently is that there is going to be this beautiful process of integration happening for you. You might have had these boom and bust cycles with money where you have a lot, and then you do not, or you are super disciplined, and then you rebel against it. Temperance is showing that you are moving into a much more sustainable middle ground where you can enjoy your money and be responsible with it. I am also getting that Temperance is about patience and divine timing. Some of the opportunities I am seeing in your reading might not be available to you right this second. They might require you to wait a little bit, or to prepare a little bit, or to learn something first. And I know that can be frustrating, especially for you as an Aries who likes things to happen now. But Temperance is asking you to trust that the timing is actually perfect, even if it does not feel that way. There is also an element here of mixing different parts of yourself or different skills or different areas of your life. Temperance often shows up when we are being called to create something new by combining things that already exist. So you might find that your wealth arrives through a unique combination of your talents and experiences that no one else has quite the same way. That unique alchemy is your edge. Temperance is also about healing, and I am getting that for some of you there might be some old wounds around money or worthiness that are quietly being healed right now. You might not even be consciously working on them, but the universe is doing some background processing for you. That healing is creating space for new abundance to come in without being blocked by old patterns or beliefs. 8th card is here, and this is powerful. The Chariot just came through, and Aries, this is a victory card. The Chariot is about momentum and movement and achieving your goals through determination and willpower. After all the cards we have pulled about patience and balance and inner work, the Chariot is saying, okay, now it is time to move. Here's what I am seeing with the Chariot in your wealth reading. All of that inner work and awareness and patience is about to translate into visible external progress. You are going to find yourself taking action that feels aligned and powerful and like you are finally moving in the right direction. It might be a business launch or a job change or an investment or just a series of decisions that add up to significant momentum. The Chariot is also telling me that you have more control over your direction than you think you do. You might have been feeling a bit at the mercy of circumstances or like you are just reacting to what life throws at you. But the Chariot is saying you are in the driver's seat now. You get to decide where you are going and how fast, and the wealth that is coming is directly connected to you. Claiming that agency. What I find really interesting about the Chariot in relation to wealth arriving silently is that this card is about harnessing opposing forces. The traditional image shows someone driving a chariot pulled by two sphinxes or horses that want to go in different directions. So there might be parts of you that are in conflict, maybe the part that wants security versus the part that wants freedom, or the part that wants to save versus the part that wants to enjoy life. The Chariot is showing me that you can honor both of those desires and move forward anyway. There is also something here about recognition and achievement. The Chariot often indicates that your efforts are going to be noticed and acknowledged. So if you have been working behind the scenes on something, this is a sign that it is about to become more visible. And that visibility can lead to opportunities for wealth that you had not even considered. 9th card, and this is such a relief to see. 8 of Cups just appeared, and I know this might seem like a strange card to show up in a wealth reading because the 8 of Cups is traditionally about walking away from something. But stay with me, because in this context it is absolutely perfect. The 8 of Cups is telling me that part of how wealth is going to arrive silently for you is by you having the courage to leave behind what is not serving you anymore. This could be a job that pays okay but drains your soul. It could be a friendship or relationship that is affecting your energy and therefore your ability to attract abundance. It could be a belief system about money that you inherited from your family but that does not actually work for you. What I love about the 8 of Cups is that it is not about burning bridges or creating drama. It is about a quiet, dignified exit. You are just going to know in your bones that something is complete and it is time to move on. And even though walking away might feel scary in the moment, this card is promising that what you are walking toward is so much better than what you are leaving. I am also seeing with the 8 of Cups that there might be something you have been clinging to out of fear that letting go is actually going to free up as so much energy. Maybe you have been trying to make something work that is just not meant to work. Maybe you have been investing time or money or emotion into something that is never going to give you a return. The 8 of Cups is giving you permission to stop that and to redirect those resources towards something that actually has potential. There is also this element of trusting your intuition with the 8 of Cups. You might not be able to logically explain why you are walking away from something, but you know you need to. This card is validating that knowing. Your intuition is picking up on things that your logical mind might not fully understand yet. Trust the pull even if it does not make sense to anyone else. 10th and final card, and I am already blown away by this spread, but let me see what wants to come through to complete your reading. 4 of Pentacles just appeared, and okay, this is such an important message to end on. The 4 of Pentacles often gets a bad reputation because it can indicate holding on too tightly or being overly cautious with money. But in the context of everything else we have seen in your reading, I am getting a slightly different message. The Four of Pentacles is telling me that yes, wealth is coming to you silently, but you also need to develop the skill of holding onto it once it arrives. Here is what I mean by that. You might have a pattern of letting money slip through your fingers. Maybe you get some extra income and immediately spend it. Maybe you achieve a financial goal and then self-sabotage. Maybe you are generous to a fault and you give away your resources before taking care of yourself. The Four of Pentacles is not asking you to become a miser, but it is asking you to value what you have and to create a foundation of security for yourself. I am also getting that the Four of Pentacles is about self-worth. The way you hold onto or let go of money is often a reflection of how you value yourself. If deep down you do not believe you deserve abundance, you will unconsciously find ways to push it away. This card is inviting you to examine that relationship and to work on truly believing that you are worthy of financial stability and prosperity. There is also something here about savings and planning for the future. The Four of Pentacles can indicate building a nest egg or having something set aside for a rainy day. After all the cards about no opportunities and movement and walking away, this is the card that says make sure you are building something sustainable. Make sure you are not just experiencing these waves of abundance, but actually creating lasting change in your financial situation. What I find fascinating is that the Four of Pentacles is also about control and security. After we talked about the Emperor creating structure, this card is reinforcing that you need to feel safe and secure in your finances. That safety is not about having a certain amount of money. It is about knowing that you can handle whatever comes. It is about having systems and savings and a sense of groundedness that allows you to take risks when the right opportunities appear. Okay, Aries, so let me bring all of this together for you because wow, this reading has been quite a journey. What I am seeing in your cards is that wealth is absolutely arriving for you, but it is happening in this quiet, organic way that might be easy to miss if you are only looking for big dramatic shifts. The combination of the Sun and the Ace of Wands is telling me that you are becoming aware of opportunities that align with your authentic self and your natural passions. The Ten of Wands and Temperance are saying that you are releasing old burdens and finding balance. The Emperor and the Chariot are showing you stepping into your power and taking decisive action. Strength and the Eight of Cups are about inner resilience and the courage to walk away from what no longer serves you. And then we have the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles bookending this message about managing and holding on to wealth once it arrives. This is not just about money coming in. This is about you developing a completely new relationship with abundance where you can receive it and manage it and grow it sustainably. The secrets being revealed that you mentioned are not some mystical prophecy from outside of you. The secrets are things you are remembering about yourself, your worth, your capability, your unique gifts. The fact that you do not have to follow anyone else's blueprint. The understanding that ease and flow are not signs you are doing it wrong, but signs you are finally doing it right. I want you to pay attention over the next few weeks and months to the subtle things, the random ideas that pop into your head, the conversations that feel surprisingly meaningful, the opportunities that come from unexpected places, the people who suddenly want to support you or collaborate with you. These are all part of the quiet arrival of wealth and abundance that your cards are showing. Trust yourself, Aries. Trust your instincts. Trust that you have everything you need inside of you to create the financial reality you desire. The universe is not withholding anything from you. You are just learning to see with new eyes and to move with a new kind of confidence, and that is going to change everything. Thank you so much for letting me share this reading with you. I would love to know if any of this resonated or if you have already been experiencing some of these shifts. Drop a comment and let me know what is coming up for you. And if this reading helped you in any way, please share it with another Aries who might need to hear this message right now. Sending you so much love and abundance.